Challenging the Gladiators tonight, elite athletes from Her Majesty's Armed Forces, from the Royal Navy, the Army, and the Royal Air Force. Now welcome your host, John Fashanu.
Welcome to the National Arena here in Birmingham. Today is a very special charity event. The challenge from the Armed Forces to the Gladiators. Two special representatives from the Navy, from the Air Force, and from the Army are going to battle it out. The winner will receive a cheque for £5,000. Runner-up, a cheque for £2,000. Both to be donated to the charity of their choice. So, let's get it on. And let's meet tonight's contenders. From the Senior Services, the Navy, it's Paul Gallender and Simon Lovell. Okay, Paul, what do you actually do in the Navy?
Well, first I'd put you right, I'm actually in the Royal Marines.
Oh, you're one of the tough boys, the Marine boys.
Well, we're one of the, how shall I put it, more specialist forces, yes.
But are we saying that the Marines still comes under the banner of the Navy?
The Navy come under the Marines, I think.
How do you think you're going to do today?
Well, hopefully I will do the Marines proud.
Great, lovely. Simon, how long have you been in the Navy?
14 years now.
And what do you actually do in the Navy?
I'm a Royal Naval clearance diver.
Whoa. But surely there can't be any mines left. When was the last time we had a war?
There's a huge amount left from the Second World War and the First World War.
Really? Still out there? You still have to get rid of them, do you?
That's correct. We have fishermen that bring them in mostly, and a few get washed up on beaches now and again.
Well, I'm sure you're very good in water. Let's see what you like on land. Off you go, guys. Get yourself ready. Paul and Simon from the Navy. And the second of our contenders, some of our Army boys. It's Richard Hubbard and Simon Horridge. Come on, guys. Well, Richard, tell us about yourself. One of the Army boys. How long have you been in the Army?
I've been in the Army 10 years, and at present I'm a sergeant in charge of a 105mm light gun.
And how do you think you're going to do today?
I think my chances are fair. All the other lads that we're going up against are just as fit as what I am, so it's a fair chance.
Good man, wish you all the best. Simon, how are you feeling?
Good, looking forward to it.
What do you do in the Army?
I'm in the Army Physical Training Corps.
Really? Okay, this would be ideal for you then. How do you think you're going to do today?
Good.
Now tell me, everybody seems to think there's that much competition in the services. Does it really exist between the Air Force, the Navy,
To tell you the truth?
Yes.
Definitely.
Okay, off you go, guys. See how you get on. Richard and Simon from the Army. And the last of our contenders from the RAF is John Tredgett and Phil DeBar. Come on, guys. Okay, John. We just heard earlier there's a lot of competition in the services. How do you think you're going to do?
Definitely the RAF are best. Right now.
What do you do in the RAF?
I'm a physical training instructor, John.
And do you really think you're fit enough to take on the best, the Gladiators?
Oh, definitely. No problems.
Great, we'll see how you get on. Phil, tell me, what do you do in the RAF?
I'm an operational defense training instructor. I teach weapons and I teach first aid and other aspects of defense ground training.
Well, I hope you're successful because you're going to have to defend yourself tonight. Off you go, guys. Get yourself ready. John and Phil from the RAF. Let the games begin. Event 1, Atmospheres. Richard Hubbard from the Army is in the orange atmosphere. In the blue atmosphere from the Navy is Paul Gallender. And in the yellow from the RAF is John Tredgett. And they'll be chased by Panther. And Zodiac. Over to John Anderson.
Contenders, rock and roll, and Panther gets her Thunderbolt underway on an intercept mission. Oh, but all three men straight off the mark. Panther getting a bite at John, but Richard's free on pod 2. Oh, he misses. John's on a free run too. These service challengers have got to improve their accuracy. The Army's Richard bashing Marine Paul out of the scoring. He can't take the advantage though. Paul's not hanging about, makes a raid on pod 3, bang on target. RAF Corporal John set his sights on pod 3, smokes it, and Zodiac. Here's the Army's Richard. Yomping over pod 1, Paul right behind him. Paul on 2. Smokes it! The RAF's John with 2 bandits on his tail at 6 o'clock. He still scores! There's the whistle. Good scoring from all 3 services. And in the replay, we can see how high-scoring Royal Marine Paul Gellander really got to grips with that particular mode of transport.
Well, Paul, you enjoyed that, didn't you? Oh, they're all there for you.
Yeah, it was great. Loved it. Brilliant fun.
Now, did you plan that? All 3 of you met in the middle. All 3 of you went out and straight away got a pod.
Well, I could see which way she was going to come down, and hopefully she wouldn't have changed direction, so I just went for that one there, obviously shortest way.
Do you know how many points you got?
No, I've got no idea.
Let me surprise you. 12 points! Well done! And let's have a chat with our gladiators. Panther, Zodiac. Now, that is a task, isn't it? Chasing 3 of them. How do you think you did?
That was unbelievable. I think at one point we had a real traffic jam and Zodiac and I were both after one guy, leaving 2 of them over there. And if that's they play their war games, I'm on their side.
Zodiac, I mean, did you plan anything? I mean, obviously 2 against 3 is pretty near on an impossible task. Did you plan anything before the start?
Well, it's really difficult because when I came down the ramp, one of the guys is already on one of the pods. And when it gets like that, you just follow them and mark them as best you can, so... But they did really well.
They certainly did. Well done, girls. Yeah. Panther and Zodiac! And the second heat in Atmospheres. In the blue Atmosphere for the Navy is Simon Lovell. And for the RAF in the yellow sphere is Philip DeBar. And in the orange Atmosphere for the Army is Simon Horridge. And they'll be chased by the deadly Nightshade. And the Lightning. Over to John Anderson.
Contenders, ready! London girls, ready! 3, 2, 1.
Question is, will the challengers try the same trick? And they do! And they score 3 apiece. Simon Horridge from the Army targets pod 4. Smokes it! He's driving that Atmosphere like a Challenger tank. Straight over pod 3. Philip Delabar from the RAF tries a bombing run, and he's just off the target there. Maybe Simon can't smoke pod 1, but Philip can! Strafes it nicely. Nightshade and Lightning marking out Simon and Philip, leaving the coach clear for the Navy's Simon Lovell. He can't centre it. The Army's Simon has a pop at pod 3. He can't centre it either. Slams the brakes on, slams it into reverse. He's coming back for another go. And he scores! Navy Simon free for a plot on pod 3. Sinks it. Nightshade trailing Simon. And there's the whistle. A real high-scoring battle there. The Army's Simon Horridge doing best with the target practice. In the replay, we can see the Navy's Simon Lovell all at sea in his bathysphere Atmosphere.
Well, Simon, looked like you had a man-for-man marker wherever you went.
Yeah, I think she fancies me. She's got a date later.
But I thought you service guys, I thought you should be chasing them, not the other way around.
Hey, it's equal opportunities now, isn't it?
Well done, Simon. You got yourself 6 points. Well done, Simon. Now, there was always going to be one of you who was free. 2 gladiators chasing 3 of you, and you were the one who was free. Did you know that?
That's the way it goes. I didn't actually realise at the time, but
Obviously it was.
You certainly capitalised on that, Simon, didn't you?
Hopefully, yeah.
You got yourself 12 points. Well done.
So after one event, 3 challengers from all 3 services share 6 points. The RAF's John has 9, and sharing the top spot, the 2 sergeants, Simon from the Army and Paul from the Navy, both on 12.
Event 2, the Pyramid. Paul Gellender from the Navy, Richard Hubbard from the Army, and John Sherrod from the RAF. And they'll be chased by Hunter, Cobra, and the man we love to hate, the Wolfman. Over to John Anderson.
Contenders, ready! Gladiators, ready! 3, 2, 1.
And for all 3 servicemen, the only way is up. Wolf ambushes Richard, Cobra intercepts John, and Hunter engages Paul. Oh, and Hunter takes the Navy men right to the bottom to Davy Jones' locker. At the top there, the RAF's John having a titanic dogfight with Cobra, desperately trying to gain more altitude. Hunter tries to sink the Navy man again. The Army can't beat Wolf's defences. The RAF failing to get more height. And Paul's sunk again. Oh, what's happened here? Looks like the RAF's brought a stealth bomber in. The entire top of the pyramid's come down on top of him. Referee John Anderson's whistle on overtime, and looking at it again, John from the RAF won't let go. Cobra's got him round the waist, obviously part of Operation Deny Flight, and in the end it looked as if they were both going for a hand gliding lesson. Look at this. Referee John Anderson will restart the event with 22 seconds left on the clock.
3, 2, 1.
Well, we knew the armed forces were used to search and destroy, but we weren't banking on them destroying our pyramid. Paul from the Navy's free. Hunter homes in like a guided missile. Look at this, bodies everywhere. Looks like a Christmas party at the producer's house. Richard's lost his helmet. Any chance of scoring in this event? And there's the whistle. Oh, look at Wolf. Lying down on the job. Good performance from the Gladiators, keeping the contenders out of the scoring. Navy man Paul used to rolling seas, but not used to rolling down a pyramid with Hunter in his arms.
Well, John, tell me, have you done anything like that before in the Air Force?
Nothing at all. A little bit of climbing, but never done anything like that before.
Now, you were nearly there. What happened? Before you pulled the whole thing down?
I tried to hold on as best I could. He's a fit guy, so he's just holding on to me. I tried to get away from him as best I could, but he had me in there.
Hard work, eh?
Yeah, very hard. It's good.
Richard, how did you find that?
Very hard. Very hard. When you go up against Wolf, it's like hitting a brick wall when you actually get to him.
Is there any secret trick you can tell anybody?
I think the secret trick must be to grab the Gladiator, run down with him, then try and loot him and get back up there.
That's exactly it. Well done. Paul, how did you find it? Oh, yes. How did you find that?
Hard work, hard work.
No, but surely in the Marines you're used to that sort of thing, aren't you?
We don't quite do things with pyramids and wrestling with half-naked men, no.
Enjoyable?
Very enjoyable, yeah.
Well, there's a few more to go. Well done, guys. Let's hear it for our contenders. And next up the pyramid, from the Navy is Simon Lovell. And from the Army, Simon Horridge. And the RAF, Phil DeBar. And chasing them is Trojan, Shadow, and the Wolfman. Over to John Anderson.
Contenders, ready! Gladiators, ready! 3, 2, 1.
So the services begin their assault on the pyramid. Ball straight on Phil Delbar, which can only be bad news for Phil as he hits the bottom. Shadow dismissed Army man Simon. Leading diver Simon Lovell has eluded Trojan. He maybe used to go to the bottom, but he's made it to the top tonight with 10 points. The Navy man sets off the flares. Phil Delbar free. Trojan lost his man, so he's out of the game. Oh, look at that. I think Wolf's got his own inbuilt radar system. Homes in, locks on, and gives the corporal some punishment. Straight back to his feet. He's fighting for Forces guys won't run out of steam. These men are used to doing this sort of thing all day, every day. Wolf takes Phil for another short flight of steps. Wolf must let him go. Referee Andrew Norgate in there. Oh, pushing the chops from Phil, a gentle gesture of farewell before he ascends the pyramid. In the meantime, Shadow just resting, waiting for the next assault. Unfortunately, it was a pyramid too far for the Army and the Air Force on this occasion.
Simon, congratulations. Did well. You made it look easy. You Navy boys are tough boys, eh?
That's the elite. Plymouth starving unit. Plymouth!
Well, you got yourself your 10 points. Well done, Simon.
In the replay, our underwater expert proving he's just as adept on dry land, but instead of defusing the bomb, sets it off for 10 points.
Shadow, how tough are the boys?
They deserve respect. Anyone who makes it through the trials and ends up here in the Gladiator Arena deserves respect. These guys look after the nation. They look after the country, and we give them utmost respect.
Well done. Let's hear for our gladiators. Trojan, Wolfman, and the awesome Shadow.
After two events, Richard Army and Philip Air Force share 6, RAF's John on 9, Simon Army and Paul Navy 12, but at the top, as he was on the pyramid, leading diver Simon Lovell on 16.
Well, we're going to have a very short break. But don't go away, because you can see some more exciting action on the Armed Forces Challenge on the Gladiators! So, welcome back to part 2. Next event, the wall. And at the foot of the wall from the RAF is Phil. And he's going to be chased by Scorpio. And the other side from the Army is Richard Hubbard. And he's going to be chased by Jets. Over to John Anderson.
Contenders, you will go on my first whistle. Gladiators, you will go on my second whistle. 3, 2, 1.
Phil from the RAF should be used to heights, while Richard from the Army is no stranger to climbing. But neither have been chased by a couple of gladiators before, and the thought of that is inspiring them to scale that wall. The girl's getting closer, but it doesn't look to me as if they're going to get close enough. Phil straight over for 10, followed closely by Richard for 5. And there's Phil's daughter Penny. Wouldn't have to give anything for her thoughts at the moment.
Richard, made it in the end. I thought you slowed down to let Jet catch you up for a minute.
You must be joking. I saw on my toes and I tried to speed up a little bit.
How hard is that, 36 feet of wall?
Very hard, especially on the fingers.
Did you have a plan of which way you were going to go up or where you were going to go, or did you just go for it?
I was looking when I was at the start there. I did map out a way, but I didn't seem to keep to it.
Well done. You came over second. You got yourself 5 points. Well done. Phil, congratulations. You were up there pretty quick. Tell me, since when did the RAF learn to climb like that?
Well, I'm in the RAF regiment, and I used to be on our parachute squadron, and part of that, our selection process is doing a bit of climbing and stuff like that, so I've done a bit.
Well done. You got yourself 10 points. Well done. And next up the wall for the Navy is Paul Gellender. And he's going to be chased by the deadly Nightshade. And for the Army is Simon Horridge. And he's going to be chased by Lightning. Over to John Anderson.
Contenders, you will go on my first whistle. Gladiators, you will go on my second whistle. 3, 2, 1.
Well, Sergeant Paul Gellender, Royal Marine Commando, should be accustomed to scaling walls like this. But he doesn't look as fast as Simon at the moment, and here come the Gladiators. Both guys having trouble clearing the overhang. Paul struggling all the way. Lightning's fast. And chase on ball. Our Navy man takes a dive. And Simon Horridge from the Royal Regiment of Wales picks up his 10 points. In the replay, Nightshade reaches that long arm out and proves why she's so deadly. And our Navy man is sent for a flying lesson.
Well done, Simon. Got up there eventually. How did you find it?
Wasn't the planned route I went for. All I could think of was coming up behind me, so it's scary. It's good.
Are you conscious that lightning was chasing you?
Definitely. You can just see it below you, and it's
Did that inspire you to go quicker or slow down? Which one?
a lot quicker.
Well done. You got yourself 10 points. Well done.
Paul, good try. Normally people hang on a bit longer. What happened? I didn't tickle you under the arm or anything, did I?
No, I only had one arm on. I was trying to do one arm pull-up, but, you know.
Oh, yes. Now, audience, don't boo him. I actually weigh 11 stone, so he'd have to be pretty strong to do a one-arm pull-up with me hanging off his leg. Paul, well done. Cheers.
Thanks a lot.
And next up the wall from the RAF is John Dredgett. And he'll be chased by Zodiac. And from the Navy is Simon Lovell. And he'll be chased by Falcon. Over to John Anderson.
Contenders, you will go on my first whistle. Gladiators, you will go on my second whistle. 3, 2, 1.
In the last event, Simon Lovell scaled the pyramid. Would he do the same with the wall? And Corporal John Dredgett, a member of the Mountain Rescue Service, will get some stick from his mates if he doesn't do this. Here comes trouble. RAF man John used to looking up at the stars, but now he's got a Zodiac beneath him. This is all about who's going to pick up the 10 points and who'll have to settle for 5. And there it is, 10 points for the RAF and 5 points for the Navy.
Well, John, that was a close one who came over the top there. Do you think you made it?
Yeah, I think I made that one just about.
She was very close behind you. She just caught your sock, didn't she?
Yeah, just a little bit of sock. Yeah, not fast enough though.
No, she certainly wasn't. You done well, got yourself 10 points. Wow, that was fast. Did you nearly try and catch him up? You thought you were going to get over there first there, didn't you?
I thought I had him, but he's just too quick for me. I'm not used to climbing at all. I'm supposed to be in the water, not out on rocks.
Well, you've done very well. I was going to say, this must be very different for you.
Oh, it's nothing I've ever done in my life. The only wall I go up is trying to get into the house when I've had a couple of beers the night before.
Well done, you got yourself 5 points.
After 3 events, Richard Army, 11, Paul Navy, 12, Philip and John from the RAF are on 16 and 19 respectively. Simon Lovell's on 21, but our new leader from the Army is Simon Horridge with 22, so we say goodbye to our bottom 2 contenders.
The lowest 2 scores, unfortunately, we have to lose. And in this case, it's Richard and Paul. But Richard, firstly, have you enjoyed it?
It's been great fun, yeah. I've really enjoyed both days that I've been up here. It's been tremendous.
You've watched it on television. Is it harder than what people think out there?
I think it's definitely harder than what people think. I mean, once you actually get against the big gladiators, bigger blokes than what you normally come against, it's really hard.
Thanks very much, Richard. Paul, you enjoyed it?
Been excellent, yeah. Fantastic.
If we asked you to come on again, would you?
Definitely, yeah.
Brave man. Thanks very much, Richard and Paul. For Powerball. And using the red balls from the RAF is John Dredgett. And using the blue balls for the Navy is Simon Lovell. And guarding those 5 baskets is Wolf, Shadow and Hunter. Over to John Anderson.
Contenders, ready! Gladiators, ready! 3, 2, 1.
Let's play ball. That is, if the Gladiators let you. Shadow stopping Simon straight away. Either contender scoring on the first run. Wolf and Simon, bounces it on the rim, and John taken down heavily by Hunter. Shadow wrapped his legs up and Hunter steamed in. No points scored on the second run. Simon goes low, Shadow goes lower, takes him out. Hunter and Wolf double teaming John. His helmet's off. John Anderson will stop this play.
The game was stopped for safety reasons. There are now 37 seconds remaining.
Andrew Norgate checking John's helmet. Seems to be okay, but let's get back to the action. Contenders getting themselves really psyched up. Not sure what John's shouting at Wolf, but I don't think it's going to help him. Here we go! Oh, Simon bounces another on the rim as Shadow takes him out. John escapes Wolf's claws, but not Hunter's. Simon still thinks he's playing basketball, tries a high dunk, which again hits the rim. He's got a good aim, but not, as they say in the business, threading the needle at the moment. John with Shadow standing at his heels, dunks one, gets a score on the board at last. John again. Throws the Wolf to one side, but Wolf grabs a piece of shirt. Simon on Shadow, who'll come out best? Shadow this time. Here's John. Shadow straight down to work again. Oh, on the rim! Oh! Hunter sends the Navy man into a submarine crash dive, but he scores! Incredible! Gladiators conceding just 2 points for each contender in that tough battle. But what an incredible basket Simon scores. Upended by the Wolf, he produced a magnificent dive with a full twist and pike for those 2 points. Poor old John, feet pinned down by Shadow and then carpeted by Hunter.
John, that was hard. What happened to your shirt?
Well, they just tried to take my clothes off, mate. I'm not sure what they're doing there. Yeah, hard game. Good fun. Excellent.
They're tough guys, aren't they?
They're not too bad, but it's 2 against 1, see? So that's fair enough. 1 against 1, maybe different story.
Well, well done. You got yourself 2 points. Simon, before the start of the game, you said, I'll be pleased if I come away without any injuries. Have you picked up any injuries?
None at all. I twisted my ankle slightly, but it's okay. It's all right. No problems at all.
It looked like at one stage you were playing a little bit of basketball or netball. I mean, you flew through the air and tried to dunk it in the top. What happened there?
Well, they're big lads and they're on you so quickly. Trying to get through them is probably at my stage would be impossible. But fair play to them. That was the only tackle I could draw to.
Well, well done. You got yourself 2 points. Well done, Simon. And let's have a word with our gladiators. Firstly, Wolf, what happened there?
It was a clash. He ran into me. It's just one of those things. It's nothing. I've got to say, I've got respect for these guys. Anyone who gets out of bed before 10 o'clock and has short hair has got my respect.
Shadow, how tough are these guys?
Well, I've played Powerball now for the last 3 years. And believe me when I tell you, they are the hardest hitting guys on Powerball we've ever had.
Well, there you are. They are the tough boys. And may I say, first of all, you guys done a fantastic, magnificent job in protecting the 5 baskets. Hunter.
Yeah, I mean, thanks very much, John. We had a system worked out for these guys. We knew they'd come at us strong. They wouldn't be hopping around and trying to throw the balls in. And like Shadow says, these have been the hardest guys we've had at Powerball. They haven't been fighting to come at us. They've just run at us and tried to do the job.
Thanks, guys. Very entertaining game. Let's hear it for our gladiators. The second of our heats in Powerball, using the red balls for the Army, is Simon Horridge. And for the RAF, using the blue balls, is Phil DeBar. And they'll be facing a Trojan, Cobra, and the Hunter. Over to John Anderson.
Contenders, ready! Gladiators, ready! 3, 2, 1.
Philip for the Royal Air Force, Simon for the Army, both taken down on their first sortie. Here comes Philip attempting to fly past Hunter. Good tackle from Hunter, though, tying the legs up, not allowing him to go anywhere, and equally good tackle by Trojan on Simon. Both guys still yet to score. Oh, and Philip does just that! Somehow eludes Trojan and jettisons his ball into the basket. Cobra in no man's land, allowing Philip plenty of room to score another 2 points. Trojan and Hunter taking out. Simon allows Philip a free fly pass. He'll be doing a victory roll at the end of this Powerball game. Cobra finally takes him down, but it doesn't stop him scoring. 8 points to Philip and 2 to Simon. The Gladiators' positional play a little suspect in this game. Trojan takes down Philip. Cobra there to assist. Oh, what a crunching tackle by Hunter on Simon. There's that victory roll I was talking about with Philip. Didn't save it till the end of the game. Used it to score 2 points. Incredible. Simon and Trojan wins that battle. And appropriately enough, a great flying tackle by Hunter takes out our Royal Air Force contender on the final whistle. Well, Sergeant Simon Orridge, who's on the top of the leaderboard at the moment, was only given one opportunity to score in that game, but he took it well.
Well done, guys. Dare I ask you, Simon, being an army boy, did you enjoy that?
Oh, I loved it. Good, hard work.
You took a few heavy, tough knocks there, didn't you?
That's what happens, isn't it? Big boys.
Oh, they are. Tell me, before you started, did you have a plan of which basket you want to go to?
Just try and get to any of them. Like I say, you're standing there, it's a solid wall of muscle looking at you. It's difficult to think about it.
Well done. You got yourself 2 points, Simon. Well done. Phil, at the start, we saw you psyching yourself up. You were hitting your head, you were hitting your chest, you were getting really focused. How much did that help you?
Yeah, help build up the aggression. Tough game, got to be tough.
Well, I'll tell you what, Phil, you had plenty of aggression. You got yourself 10 points! Well done! Guys, you started off so well. Just at the end, you started to lose a bit of formation, but at the start, you looked very organised and you're doing a great protecting job. Cobra.
That guy was pumped up for this. He was growling and everything. He was brilliant. So if we started off good and failed, that's down to his great ability. He was like an animal out there.
Oh, yes, he was. That's Phil from the RAF. Trojan, how did you find the guys?
It was good fun. Over there hard. We lost 10 points to one guy, which I think probably one of the highest scores this series. So, yeah, exactly.
Hunter, this is your second time up, second heat. How does it feel?
I'll tell you what, John. I know what a piece of steak feels like when it gets tenderized with a wooden mallet. Because that's what I feel like now.
Well done. Let's hear it for our gladiators. Hunter, Trojan, and Cobra.
Meaty, beaty, big and bouncy, that's our Hunter. After 4 events, John Tredgett's on 21, Simon Lovell's on 23, Simon Horridge from the Army 24, Philip Delbar from the RAF flies to the top of the leaderboard with 26.
Don't go away, we're going to have a very short break. You can see some more exciting action on the Forces Challenge here on the Gladiators! Welcome back to part 3. Event 5, the duel. John Tredgett from the RAF is on his platform, and he's going to be facing Hunter!
Hunter's stats as impressive as ever. 6'3" and 17.5 stone, and just look at that chest size. Facing him, Corporal John Tredgett from the Royal Air Force, giving away 3 inches in height and 2.5 stone in weight. John is stationed at RAF St. Athan in Barry, South Glamorgan, where he's a physical training instructor and a member of the Mountain Rescue Service. John lists his hobbies as climbing, hill walking, snow and ice climbing, and basically anything adventurous. I suppose you could say facing Hunter in duel is just that.
Contender, ready!
And John is straight off the platform in under 3 seconds, and it looks like he needs his team to come and rescue him.
Wow, John, I think you better sit down. John, have you ever been hit as hard as that before?
Not one of those lollipop sticks, no.
I think that's got to be a record here on Gladiators. I think you were knocked off in about a second.
Yeah, he's pretty good. He got me pretty off the mark there. That's right.
Hunter, well done.
Thanks very much, John. As soon as that whistle went, I wanted to get the first blow in, and it must have taken him by surprise, and down he went.
Did you think he was going to hit quite so hard?
No doubt, yeah, no doubt. I was going to hit him just as hard as well if I'd have got the first one in.
We actually had a different stance. He was standing the opposite way to me. I was standing this way, so whoever got the first blow in was going to get a clean hit on the head. I just managed to get it in.
Well, one more to go. Let's hear it for Hunter and John. And next up from the Navy is Simon Lovell. And he's going to be facing the awesome Shadow.
Well, bad news for Simon Lovell here, facing Shadow. Shadow's statistics exactly the same as Hunter's. 6'3", 17.5 stone. 3 inches big around the chest, though, and oh, so adept at this event. Leading diver Simon Lovell has got good statistics himself. 6'1", giving away 2 inches, and 15 stone 6 pounds. That's giving away 2 stone. Simon, a Royal Naval clearance diver from Torquay, lists his hobbies as triathlons and rugby, where he's a county player. He's accustomed to disposing of mines, which is a good thing because I have a feeling there's going to be a lot of explosions around his head this evening, all coming from Shadow's pugil stick.
Contender, ready! Gladiator, ready! On top! 3, 2, 1!
It's hammer time! Shadow straight down to work, backhand, forehand, duck! Blows raining in on Simon's head from every angle, just as I thought. They're exploding around his head and there's nothing he can do about it. I'll bet he wishes he was underwater at the moment. In fact, I'll bet he wishes he was anywhere other than that dual platform. And looking at this onslaught, it's not going to be there for much longer. Good night, Vienna!
Simon, what a battle. You Navy boys can fight, eh?
Yeah, that's what we're here for.
I mean, Simon, what was going through your mind when you looked into Shadow's eyes? Or didn't you look into Shadow's eyes at the start?
Well, I didn't look at him at all. He tried to sight me out and no chance.
But you knew his reputation, didn't you?
I was scared of him, fair dues, and he's good. That is strong. Oh.
Well, you nearly stayed on. A couple more seconds and you got yourself a couple of points, 5 points.
Never mind. Thanks very much.
Shadow! Did you think he was going to go down?
I didn't actually. I thought he might have been lucky to stay up. I was trying to get him to go forward. Kept hitting him, he kept on standing up. But all respects, man, to all of them.
I think Shadow actually made him go forwards, backwards, sideways, the other side. Let's hear for Shadow and for Simon. Well done. Well done, guys.
Interesting question from Fash there. What went through your head when you were facing Shadow? I can tell you exactly. It was Shadow's pugil stick.
And next up for the Army is Simon Horridge. And he's going to be against the Wolfman.
Well, Simon's drawn the meanest gladiator, but also the lightest, although Wolf's statistics say 15 stone there. Over the last few weeks, he's dropped half a stone in order to be faster and fitter. And at 42 years of age, you have to congratulate him. Sergeant Simon Horridge, 16 years younger, same height and probably just a little heavier at the moment. Simon is from the Army Physical Training Corps attached to the Royal Regiment of Wales, based at Market Drayton. He lists his hobbies as judo, rugby and adventure training. Let's face it, if anyone needs a spot of training, it's that nasty old Wolfman.
Contender, ready!
Exchanging blows. Simon takes one on the back of the head there, and another, still trying to find his own weight, suffering at the moment. Oh, takes a good one, but stands his ground and comes back. Oh, he's caught the Wolfman foot in the face and dislodges him. That's how to train a wolf, just like Barbara Woodhouse.
Simon, talk us through it. How did you do it?
Started off, gave him his dirty eye. I thought, you're going down, and he did.
Did you knock him down or did he slip?
No, he got knocked down.
Well done. You got yourself your 10 points. And you earned them. Well done. Wolfman, got to ask you. I don't think I can remember seeing you knocked off like that before. Did you slip or were you hit?
Hey, I wasn't knocked off. I lost my footing. Watch the video replays. I slipped.
Thank you very much. The Wolfman.
Well, we can see the replay, and that face full of pugil stick might have had something to do with Wolf slipping.
And And the last of our armed forces up from the RAF is Philip DeBar. And he's going to be facing a Trojan.
The mighty Trojan stands 6'2" and weighs 17 stone. He's against Corporal Philip Del Bar, 5'10" and 12 stone and 4 pounds, giving away 4 inches and nearly 5 stone in weight. Philip, from the Royal Air Force, is in operational defence training and based in Aylesbury. He's also been a chef, a gym instructor, a member of the Royal Marines and 2nd Squadron paratroopers, or as we professionals say, the paras. Let's hope his aim is as good with a butyl stick as it is with a rifle.
Contender ready! Gladiator ready! On top! 3, 2, 1!
Well, Phil, as an ex-paratrooper, doesn't want to bail out this evening, especially as he's not got a parachute tonight. Putting up some good defensive work at the moment, and Trojan not able to penetrate those defences. The art of this event, though, is attacking, otherwise you'll be disqualified by the referee. Non-stop action, but no blows really getting through. Gets one there on Trojan, nothing that worries him, though. Philip doing very well with this onslaught. Oh, takes one on the back of the head on the final whistle that picks up 5 valuable points. And coming from the Air Force, I'd say he got through on a wing and a prayer.
Come on, let's hear it for Philip. Well done, Philip. If there's ever anybody who earned 5 points, it's you. Cheers, just as John Anderson blew his whistle, Trojan gave you the big one, and I thought you were on your way over.
Yeah, well, you know what I mean? Adrenaline rush and all that happens.
Well done. Phil, RAF, 5 points. Trojan, did you think you knocked Phil off there just at the end?
No, I mean, the guy's got great balance. He's strong. He was up there growling again. He loves this stuff. He's a good guy. I think I can say, on behalf of all the gladiators here today, we are the gladiators in the arena, but these guys and the women, they're the gladiators outside in the real world. It's a fantastic job they do.
Trojan, thank you very much. Let's hear it for Trojan and Phil.
On the bottom of our leaderboard, John Tredgett and Simon Lovell are eliminated, leaving the RAF and the Army to battle it out. Over to Fash for the goodbyes.
So unfortunately, Simon, you're one of them. Have you enjoyed it?
Oh, it's been absolutely superb, and thanks to everybody here. I had a cracking time, excellent time.
And I'm sure all your boys in the Navy will be very proud of you.
I hope so, yeah.
And John, have you enjoyed it?
It's been excellent, John. Thanks, yeah, it's been really good.
A little bit harder than what it looks on television, isn't it?
Definitely. Fit guys, yeah, definitely. Well, it's getting up on.
And once again, RAF boys will be very proud of you.
We're going to win it at the end of the way.
Great stuff. Simon and John. One more to go, the eliminator. But before it, we're going to have a timeout.
Hi, it's Jet and Zodiac here, and we've just popped into the Birmingham International Arena. And as you can hear, it's to watch our international friends training here. The thing is that we've all got the same events, but there's a few events that we have that they don't have, so...
Yeah, well, there's one in particular which is standing behind us, and that's Polax. And boy, are we looking forward to seeing them try that later on this afternoon, because we know how we felt when we had a go.
This is Sabre from the American Gladiators, kicking it in Birmingham, England. Birmingham, as they say. That's Polax, 40 feet of steel and metal and spinning cylinders. Never done it before. A little nervous, but it don't matter. This is Gladiator Arena right here, and I'm a king in Gladiator Arena, so that means that I'm going to conquer whatever's in front of me. I promise.
Oh, gosh. I'm Sky with the American Gladiators, here with the International Gladiator Series. I'm so glad we don't have this event in America, because I couldn't do this. I'd have to just stand on the air bottle, reach up, touch the button. Luckily, being Sky, I can do that, but no way, no way. You guys keep that here in Britain. I don't want it. I don't want it.
It looks pretty intimidating. I'm not quite, maybe I shouldn't say I won't like that one, but it looks pretty high. I don't know whether I'm going to be able to fall off that easily.
Well, I like this one, this poleaxe thing, because I get to fall and break my rear end. I really like that one. Yeah.
Not gonna do it.
Well, joining the British and American gladiators will be gladiators from Russia and Finland. And I can't wait to see how our champions Eunice and Paul do against them in a week's time. Back to tonight's show, Simon has a 3-point lead. That's 1.5 seconds head start.
Simon, how do you think you're going to do?
I'm hoping to do well, but then again, Phil's a fit lad as well, so could go anyway.
Phil, 1.5 seconds head start. That's not a lot there for Simon.
Nah, he's got a second and a half like, but hopefully I'll catch him, you know, strong, and our regiment take no prisoners.
Now, gentlemen, this is all about the Army and the RAF. And you know all the servicemen all over the country will be watching this, so a lot depends on it. Gentlemen, we wish you both all the best.
Well, you heard Philip. No prisoners. This should be a great eliminator.
Simon of the Army, you will go on my first whistle. Philip of the Royal Air Force, you will go on my second whistle. 3, 2, 1.
Simon from the Army cruising over the hurdles. Here comes Phil from the RAF. Onto the rope climb. Should be easy for these guys. Phil slipping a bit there. Simon in a bit of trouble on the handbike. Phil is flying. Simon safely over the rolling beams onto the cargo net. And it has to be said, Phil is catching him all the time. And he's flown past. First man up, Phil from the Royal Air Force. Down the zip line. He'll be used to flying. And a good landing from both guys. Onto the balance beam, and look at the speed of this man. What's he doing? Don't stop. He's pulling his knee pads up. Oh, they're both straight to the top. Inter-service champion, Philip Delbar from the Royal Air Force. And Sergeant Simon Horrocks from the Royal Regiment of Wales, a terrific runner-up.
Congratulations, Phil. You are a winner. A cheque for £5,000 to the charity of your choice. How do you feel?
Tired, but good. It's been hard.
You enjoy it?
It's been tough. I watched it on telly, and I used to think it was nothing, but it's tough out here. And anybody who wants to do it, come and do it, and you find out.
Well done. A winner, Phil from the RAF. Well, Simon, unlucky. Did you think that you could do it?
Thought I could. Got going, saw him coming up behind me. Lost on the scrabble net, but enjoyed it. It was good, hard work.
Well, you don't go away empty-handed. You've got a cheque for £2,000 for the charity of your choice. Any idea what charity you're going to give it to yet?
Yeah, I'm going to give it to the Army Benevolent Fund.
Well done. Congratulations. Simon from the Army. Well, if you've enjoyed the show as much as everybody here, join us again very shortly for some more exciting action here on the Gladiators.
For safety reasons, do not attempt to recreate any of the events you have seen on Gladiators.
Marvel at the likes of nightshades, high kicks, jets, cartwheels and Falcons mullet. More new Gladiators coming up next on Challenge. Whilst over on Pick, they're strict stateside in border security. America's front line next.
Music with more muscle.